guys, we're back with another cooking session. Tonight we're gonna make pan-seared braised pork loins that are beautiful.
Like pork chops.
And we're gonna do her favorite. My little sous chef Ireland is here with me, and we're making what?
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. You might be thinking, what little girl loves Brussels sprouts? Well,
Me.
we love Brussels sprouts here. And, oh, I'm getting a text. Thank you, text. Anyway, an important thing, if you've never liked Brussels sprouts, is the outer leaves tend to be very, very bitter.
Yeah.
So, black. So what we do for our prep is we peel the outer leaves, throw it in a little strainer, and then I'll wash them all. We'll chop them, cut them in half, and then I'll show you the rest. But this is going to make 110% difference on your Brussels sprout game.
Olive oil, make sure it's a good olive oil. We talked about that before. Fresh rosemary, fresh garlic, salt and pepper. And let them sit for a day.
Okay. Now we are going to cook the Brussels sprouts, and what we do, because we're keto, is we'll throw in a dab of butter. This is probably a quarter, I don't know. It's a chunk of tablespoon. And a chunk of tablespoon of coconut oil. Fingers are clean. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And pre-salt and pepper the Brussels sprouts. You can do this in the pan too, but just killing time while we give the butter melty.
Start putting it in there too.
Yep. Alright, it's time.
Hello.
Watch out.
Butter.
Watch out. You don't want to splash.
Come on, you just ruined one.
Oh. Oh no. Man down.
Okay. What do you mean,
I'm
man?
saved.
What do you mean, man? That looks like a woman.
Oh, woman down. Alright. There's no wrong amount of salt and pepper here.
There is.
You actually want to eat more salt on a ketogenic diet. Himalayan sea salt.
So we're going to roast those up.
Yep.
And then after that, what are we going to do?
We're going to throw it in the oven with some bacon on top because keto loves bacon. And we're going to throw it in for about 20 minutes in the oven to finish up. And while we're cooking that, we're going to go ahead and start searing our pork chops in the cast iron skillet. Alright, so you can see the Brussels sprouts have a nice gleam to them from the coconut oil and butter, but they're not overly cooked. We're going to cook them in the oven and finish them up that way. And this bacon just...
Tell them how long to cook it.
It kicks it up a notch. So we're going to put it on 375, mainly because we're going to also be finishing the pork chop in the oven at the same time. So that's a good degree for both of them.
Tell them how long you cook that.
I cooked this for about 20 minutes on 375. So let's put this one on, actually the bottom I think cooks a little better.
Yeah.
So, shut it. What we're going to do is we're going to sear these for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Yep, bring them over. And I'm just pouring it, yep. Over the thing, quick. Gotta go for turkey. They're cooking. They're cooking. We're searing them all about the same. So there you go. Get a little olive oil, garlic, rosemary, steaming. So we're going to turn on our exhaust.
So turn on the fart sucker?
Fart sucker? Yep. And so that started probably at 15 minutes. So when it gets to maybe 12 minutes, we'll flip them. So we'll just let them rest here. All we're doing is browning them. We're going to finish them in the oven for 6 to 8 minutes. Same temperature as the Brussels sprouts. So they should come out at about the same time, and they can rest in the pan afterwards if they're still a little undercooked. The protein will keep cooking. And we're going to make this amazing mustard sauce that is just the bomb. I'm going to flip these, and oh, that's nice and browned on that side. If I could flip it. Trying to not die from the grease. And be very careful. What's that? Yeah. Alright. Beautiful. Beautiful brown pot stuff. My God. It's so hot. Okay. Be careful. So much grease. Okay. So 3 minutes seem to do well on that one, so let's do 3 minutes on this side. So, and that'll be about perfect. That means at the 8-minute mark, we'll throw them in the oven, and they'll come out about the same time as the Brussels sprouts. And then we can let everything rest while we're making the sauce, which is another 6 to 8 minutes.
Whenever you sear something, see how the side is still raw right here on that one? You actually need to take it, you need to do the sides as well.
Right. What you're trying to do is lock in the juices in the pork loin so that once they're finished cooking, everything will be juicy, juicy, juicy in the middle. Doesn't take long. You're just trying to lock it in. Yeah? Check on the Brussels sprouts. Yeah, looking nice. They could use probably a little more time. We're gonna make an amazing sauce in the same pan. I usually pour out some of the grease and oil, but use some of those juices. Ding ding. And what we're gonna do is add a tablespoon of shallots along with 2 tablespoons of butter. And with those meat sauces, we're gonna simmer those up. We're gonna throw in just a little bit, I think it's 2 tablespoons of brandy that we're using, but you can use another alcohol that's more keto friendly. Tablespoon of a grainy mustard, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. I can't say that word. Worcestershire. I don't use erythritol. You can in this recipe. We use 2/3 cups of heavy whipping cream and just some sprigs of rosemary. I don't think I mentioned the beef broth, but that's a 1/2 cup, and you're just going to simmer it for like 7 to 8 minutes.
And what's the lemon for?
You just throw the lemon on at the very end, and it just gives it a pop. Like a pop.
So the lemon is for the what?
I was on Community. We made it! Pork, poultry, boom! Those things look delicious. We're going to pull them off to a plate so they don't continue cooking because we don't want to dry out our pork.
Anytime you want to make a sauce that's complimentary, one of the best ways to do is use some of the juice for what you just cooked to augment.
We want the essence of the lamb, but I don't think we want the whole sheet.
Alright, it's more than half.
Okay, essence of lamb, beautiful. Alright, here's how we do it. Alright, skillet is on. Butter is in. I'm doing 2 tablespoons of butter. We're going to melty, and we're going to throw in our shallots. I'm going to set
That's shallots.
Shallots. Oh, they're so good, the shallots. 1 tablespoon of these delicious things. You will hear people say that onions are higher in carbs. Again, we're in maintenance mode for us, so for our keto diet, we like to eat a little fancy sometimes. So this is maybe more for maintenance people.
Yeah, if you're doing...
We will do simple keto for you too, just so you get some ideas for recipes that are good and simple.
One of the main contexts is when our friends come over and talk about, oh, y'all are keto, and they see some more elaborate foods like these. They're like, oh, well, I could eat that every night. And we're like, exactly. So once you lose, like once we both lost our 40, because we wanted to lose an initial 40, once we did that, we're still going. We're still going to lose some. We're still in some losing. But if you eat like this, we can maintain eating this nice all the time because it tastes good.
1/2 cup of beef broth. We're going to throw that in. Whee! And we're going to throw in our 2 tablespoons of brandy. Holy balls don't catch me on fire. Okay, good. And we're just going to let that simmer for a minute. It smells so freaking good, and it doesn't even have all the ingredients in it yet. I'm going to get ready because we're doing a tablespoon of mustard and 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce in a moment. I'm just using a spicy brown mustard. Yeah, you can do it. Doesn't trust my tablespoon experimentation.
We used to get tested. So they would say, pour 1 ounce of a liquid or pour 2 ounces. And then they would say pour a tablespoon.
A tablespoon.
That's like your candied.
Conde pecans.
Yeah.
And a tablespoon of
So I'm
mustard.
doing a tablespoon, just little sprigs all around, and that's exactly 1 tablespoon. Exactly 1 tablespoon.
All right, Mr. Worcestershire sauce.
Yep.
2 teaspoons,
Boom.
please.
Boom.
Oh my God, he did the rosemary prematurely.
No,
Oh my God.
you got to let the oils come up out of the leaves, and you got to let them seep into the wondrous. It's like when you first get into a hot tub, like, oh, it's hot. It's hot.
Worcestershire.
Table or two?
I don't remember. It's 2 teaspoons.
2 teaspoons.
Teaspoons.
So it's 1, and it's 2 teaspoons.
You know that was 2 tablespoons. Right?
Nope.
That's cool anyway, because I like it. I can't say it, but I like it. 2/3 cup of cream. Well, we measure this bad boy. And then we're going to just let it simmer for 7 minutes. We're going to sit with you for 7 minutes.
2/3.
2/3. This is just the bomb. I'm going to add a little more mustard. I can smell the mustard.
Well, the mustard came out a little chunky.
Okay.
Let me get a little closer. I can definitely smell it.
Okay. I'm going to put
You're shaking the
7
camera a
minutes.
lot.
Yeah.
You are holding a tripod. You can set it down.
What? We have that technology?
You can set it over here if you want. So it looks like the
Okay.
shallots.
Good memento.
The shallots should have cooked a little longer before we put any liquid in there. So you want to put the shallot. See how that looks uncooked right there? If you can see that, is it in camera?
I can see it, yeah.
So you want to cook the shallots a little bit longer to kind of start the. You want to get at the point where you start to see them as coming of the age of clarity. So imagine after they get their doctorates, they're like, I'm a little more clear on the world. Well, that's when you throw all the other juices in. So you want to give the shallots and the butter a little time just to get to hang out, become buds. They're like elementary school friends. Okay, this is a reduction, so all the bubbles you see is perfect because with every bubble pops a little bit of moisture, my old teacher used to say.
What do you think about the Brussels sprouts?
Show them on camera. Let's see.
These look beautiful to me.
Those are good. See those? Bacon looks good, yummy. Brussels sprouts look yummy. Perfect.
It took a freaking long time for some reason tonight.
It's normally 20 minutes. Tonight it took about 35.
You know, sometimes I do it at 425. I did it at 375 because we were double tasking with the lamb. So it could have been that. It could have been that it had 2 things cooking. Sometimes that affects cooking time.
So
But that's what they're supposed to look like.
I can't smell the butter. We can add some more if you want. I'm actually going to turn this down a little bit.
Okay, yep, it's simmering, so yeah.
Even though I know it's a reduction, and it's supposed to be a reduction, that's it's bubbling a little way too much. Oh, that's looking good for me.
Yep.
I'm going to do the lemon.
That is good.
So I don't get seeds. You generally want a cover
Yep.
over it. Since something happened to our cover, I'm going to squeeze it into this cup,
Smart.
and that way I can help filter
Yep.
those seeds from not going in there, right?
That's the pop. Squeezies. Did you turn it off? I think we could turn it off. Let's see. Yummy. Oh my gosh. So yummy. That's delicious. Nutritious. Ta-da! Bam! See the char on the Brussels sprouts? That's what you want. These are amazing. Our friends at Tactical Kitchen, Melody Barons in particular, showed us how to make Brussels sprouts, and our kids like them.
So we'll put a link on the bottom, because if you want to find out about keto stuff, at the top of their Facebook page has a quick guide. Tells you how to do all your measurements if you're going to start micro counting, which you should when you start.
Yeah, they're our
And-
besties, so we have lots
and
of
you-
good times with food.
Definitely want to check out their stuff and just ask questions there. And if you need a little additional help, if you need some personal counseling, If you need someone to help you with recipes, anything like that.
You need to drive to the airport.
Yeah, well, that's exclusive for us. But
Oh,
if you do need any personal coaching, both of them have all their cool certifications, and they do that cheaper than any other keto person that I know of. So
true. And they just make damn good Brussels sprouts.
they do.
So,
All right, so that's it. We are done.
except for the taste test.
It's time to go eat.
Yes. All right, taste test.
I like the.
Ah, that's hot. Ah, that's hot.
Whoa. I like the bacon. The Brussels sprouts are so good. I
Yeah.
also like them.
Brussels sprout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was quite awesome.
YouTube can. Oh my god, so good. This pork looks amazing. It's crazy moist for how long we ended up cooking it. And the sauce is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Pork was really good. Now I'm down to this part.
And the Brussels sprouts, I know I like.
Yeah, the Brussels sprouts are so good, right? And-
Perfect.
You see that? You see that cook?
What's that sauce? Amazing.
It was beautifully cooked. It's a good sear. How is it?
Dum.
Actually, pretty good.